it's Lil Sonata. We here. We got Omega Uni. What's up, my
What's
man?
goody? What's goody, bro? What's goody?
So tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Um, well, my name is Omega Uni. I am a 26-year-old, I say full scale artist. I do conscious rap, but I also dabble with alternative music. And I've been making music since about 2017, I believe. Um, got a chance to meet a lot of people, and I'm just kind of building for myself. I feel like uh, in my community, at least, and stuff, I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm an unspoken thing, and I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I feel like as far as my community, I'm kind of like an unspoken thing. Um, a lot of people, a lot of niggas know me. A lot of people know me. A lot of people talk about me in rooms I probably don't know about. But like as far as being out there, I haven't really like put myself out there too much for people to know about me. But I do know that a whole lot of people know about me, which is pretty cool. I'm like I'm genuinely an unspoken thing about or unspoken thing in my kind of like community in I feel like the industry because I've gotten a chance to move up and do a lot of work with a lot of artists and stuff like that too, and that's pretty cool. And it's still kind of the same thing. I'm just like right now until I get to the level that I want to be, I'm just kind of like an unspoken thing.
Okay. So when you say unspoken thing, like you just like mythical or something like that, or like Pokemon.
And not necessarily mythical. It's like there's a lot of people I feel like in the industry that we're in that they have a lot of talent, and it's not necessarily that the promotion isn't there, just people don't direct their attention in today's time to what actually probably should be looked at. So, like, by the time it comes up and it's actually a relative issue or those people pop, then it's kind of like, oh, well, we kind of knew about this thing like for a while, but like nobody really said anything until like the nigga pop type shit. And I understand that too, because it kind of comes with a lot of things in the industry too. Like niggas have egos, niggas have all types of shit. So like a lot of times it comes with people protecting their egos and people doing different things and stuff like that, or just credit wise and shit like that, which is no biggie. But like I do understand that like in the industry right now, where my feet kind of are placed, it just is like I don't really one of those unspoken things. Like niggas know, like if I hop on some shit, I'm probably not one of those people to be fucked with. But at the same time, it's also like a lot of people get the ability to like have people kind of like push them forward in those in the grounds where I kind of lay on is like I don't necessarily get that. It's more of me doing the dirty work to kind of push myself forward, which is also pretty cool in itself because a lot of people are not they don't get a chance to see that process, and a lot of those people turn into your like your J. Cole's, your Kendricks, your people who know how to move around the industry because they simply just sat down and were quiet. They learned, and then they didn't complain when their name wasn't really brought up. They just kind of made their moves and just paid attention.
Nice. Okay. So, what kind of music do you make?
Um, like I said earlier, I make conscious music, also or conscious rap. I make alternative rap as well, and I make alternative rock music. That has been something that I started off with R&B and conscious rap. I slowly kind of differed away from it, probably in like 2022 ish. Um, and then I don't know. I just really have felt attached to like alternative rock, alternative rap music, but conscious is like deeply embedded in my veins. I grew up on conscious rap. I grew up on um, Cole, Kendrick, Andre 3000, like Nas, Biggie. That's my whole like. I wasn't allowed to listen to like a whole bunch of ignorant shit. So like that's kind of what I was given.
Okay. So, you like answer like all my questions like at the beginning. Oh well. So, what's your music making process?
It depends because are we talking singles or are we talking projects?
Both.
Okay. So as far as projects, uh normally I found that I have like this really weird uh period in time where my mind is like observing everything around me and I just have like the nastiest fucking writer's block you've ever seen in my life. Like, bro, like I will literally not be able to write for like 2, 3 months, 4 months, going on like damn near a year. Like, and then uh, I'll know it's time for me to write because I kind of like have like one idea that I kind of like miss. You know, every I feel like every artist has it. Like we're doing something, we're just doing something like way too important to get to what we actually like the idea that we have in our head. And so like I'll miss one of those, and I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna get back to this shit. And like what'll happen is it'll roll around, and I get back to it, and then I might have another idea, another stream of ideas, and like really a lot of times what ends up happening is I'll start writing a project. Um, I don't really like give myself a topic or anything like that. I just kind of organically write it. And like what I'm feeling, I get up that day and kind of like just write what I'm feeling, write whatever mood I'm in. And then like I feel like a once I know my body has told the story, once my I know my mind has told the story of what I want to tell, like or it's finished telling whatever story that's there because I don't want to say whatever story I want to tell. I feel like kind of conceptually kind of like Michael in a way. I write like Michael where it's like I don't really write to fill a topic. I let the song actually talk to me and I pull words from what the song is actually giving me. Um, and so once I get to like a consistent, like kind of like I don't want to say theme, but like once I get to that place where I know, okay, this is what the album's talking about, or this is what the project's talking about, I'll like pick an amount of songs I want, and then the once I get a certain amount of songs sounding the way I like, then those are the songs that I go with, as opposed to like people writing and just being like, okay, yeah, I'm putting this one on. Yeah, I'm putting this one on because it's like I don't know. I feel like you force yourself like you force yourself in a box just doing that instead of writing probably or putting out probably some of the records that people will actually like come to. And then you're also not putting out your best work either, like if you're just like forcing yourself to like, okay, boom, like this is what I'm gonna do, because like you never know what could pop for you. Like a lot of people a lot of people pop on records that they didn't even think themselves were good, like just on some random shit, and we see it all the time. Or like it's records to them that are now like annoying on some shit, and they just like not even trying. But it's also like records that probably they were gonna cut to from projects and stuff like that. So like I take that into account. Like these records might be like engineered well. Like I make sure it's probably the best engineered stuff I have. I also am an engineer as well, but I make sure it's the best engineered stuff I have. I also make sure that it sounds like the correct way I want it to. Like I take the full process into account instead of just kind of like forcing the work out there. And then there are some songs that just genuinely don't make it, that I feel like are just strong to the point where it's like, okay, even though this didn't make it, it needs to be out. And that's kind of like how my singles end up getting placed. It's like, okay, like this song is strong as fuck, but I don't necessarily feel like this relates to the project. Like I don't feel like this relates to the content that the project was giving. So I'm going to use this as a single. Like, and I feel like a lot of artists should go that way or do that type of thing anyway, because, like I said, it gives you your best work. And then the songs, a lot of times, like, even if it doesn't make a project, you'll know, like, the songs that people like and want to hear, you can still figure out a way to present them to people. Like, which is part of the journey, is part of it's a part of everything that you put out, is a part of your story, and people are gonna see that. Like digital footprint is fucking nasty than a bitch. Like so, I'm one of those type people. If I put it out, I want to make sure everything that I put out is absolutely just like legendary at the end. Like when people listen to everything connected, it's probably one of the greatest stories I ever heard.
Okay, yeah, cooking, spitting knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so how do you feel about AI music?
Being that I've seen it work in a couple spaces, I'm not too fond of it. Um, I apologize. I'm not too fond of it, but I do see certain uses for it. I'm not gonna say that it's something that I'll recommend, because if you're completely writing songs off of AI or you're like completely making beats off of AI, then like it's not something that I recommend because it takes the creativity out of it. But like if you're like an engineer or you're someone who business wise is looking for a starting point, AI might be a little bit useful, because like a lot of people don't realize in the engineering world, in like mix in the mixing world or anything like that, it's kind of like a lot of people use references, and I'm learning this more and more. And it's important that like your references are accurate, and that's not to say completely copying a nigga fucking chain, or like copying like just people's stuff completely. But it's also like if you want it, the best thing I ever the best advice I ever got, like, or some of the best advice I ever got when making music, was if you like a certain type of music, if you like a certain type of dynamic, then make something that's similar to that dynamic. And in order to do that, you have to learn how that dynamic works. And that's why like AI kind of is useful because like there's reverb now, like people specific reverbs, people different artists has specific reverbs, different artists have different like different gauges, different equipment. You can look people's equipment, chains up and stuff like that to see how to recreate it. You can do all types of stuff. Like, but like as far as the way people use it now, I think people use it a little bit lazy now because it's like, okay, I have the ability to go in this app and make a whole fucking song and I don't have to do a single fucking thing. And that's not how we should be using AI. AI was designed to make to be a helpful thing, not to like I guess be a crutch. Especially in the creative world. In the creative world, it's like not something that's helpful. It's actually a hindrance in the creative world.
Okay, okay. So, just for like the audio music nerds, what DAW and plugins do you use?
Okay. So this is actually funny for the audio nerds out here. I am actually proficient in several DAWs. Um I have used everything from Pro Tools to FL to Logic, Luna, Cubase. I have used Reaper, um, and even like more user friendly DAWs like BandLab. Figuring out how to set it up BandLab professionally like I would in a regular studio with my other DAWs. Um, and yeah, I've been doing all of them for at least probably about maybe a year and a half, 2 years now. Um, Currently, for what I'm working on, I can't say much, but I did use. I know for sure I used Pro Tools, and I definitely used FL, and I might have dabbled with a little Logic on this one, so just a little bit. But I think a lot of people, unless you're like an audio nerd, like into specifics, you probably won't tell the difference.
Okay, I got a question for you since you said that. Do you believe that all DAWs, if you like set all the settings to the right thing, it will all cancel out? Like they all sound the same out? You feel me? Or no?
No. There are specifics, little small specifics. For the most part, yes, if you can cancel out a lot of things, but there are little small odd nuances. Like I know um FL it prints um it prints kind of lighter or thinner in a way. So you have to kind of like do a little bit of extra, like I want to say like low end or like high end maintenance on it, like low, like really low end boosting and high end maintenance on it, depending on, especially depending on what kind of mic you have. Um, Pro Tools is probably the most recording friendly, um, but it's because most of the editing that you need for it, it kind of the way the system prints, it prints higher than most with a higher like clarity than most other DAWs. So like which sounds fucking stupid, but it's real. So like it basically makes your vocals clearer in a way. And then like what is it? Uh Logic has by far I had a debate with an engineer friend of mine, and Logic probably has the most user friendly stock plugins. For people, if you're just starting, I would say go FL. I'm an FL user by heart, so I'm always gonna say go FL.
Ever gang?
FL gang, bro. I'm sorry, but like if you're looking for plugins necessarily that are user friendly, stock plugins that are user friendly, then Logic's probably your best bet because it'll be the easiest way to get to the sounds that you want to. Um, plus, uh, Apple right now is still like, regardless of what system you're pretty much using on Apple, is gonna print high as fuck. So if you're using an Apple based app with an Apple system, it's gonna print high as fuck.
Hmm, okay. So, oh yeah, any like specific plugins you like?
Ooh. Um okay. So I recently have started toying with this plugin that uh basically I a lot of if you know you know, but like it's a CL1B, um which is like a high grade ass compressor. It's worth, I believe, like $600 online. And it's like, it's just nasty. So like it's got some of the clearest dial in compressor settings you probably will ever hear if you set it right. It like, then when you're actually recording, then your chain is so just beautiful, and the vocals come in crisp to the point where like editing is damn near like second to none. Like you kind of hear everything that you need to do at like one time, which is beautiful for me because a lot of people, the one thing that I've learned is like a lot of people don't understand when they're recording, like what you're actually putting into like your chain matters when you start out, because like you can't, like, if you have the wrong things on your chain to start out, or like you have like, I don't want to say nothing at all, but like that's what you have to work with to edit. So like if you're getting extra artifacts in, or your stuff is not level right or anything like that, then it's gonna affect you mixing later. And that's like, I've always been one of those type of people. I like try to cut out all the problems that I have later at first. So um yeah, definitely CL1B. Um, if I had to do a second one, um, I'm sorry, God Particle is fucking ridiculous. Like, God Particle saves, if uh, I'm not gonna say it saves my ass, but like if you're looking for like nuanced frequencies within like getting ready to master, God Particle is definitely the way to go. Cause like it basically shows you the frequencies that you need, and it's so like
Can you,
just like a work of art.
can you explain what that plugin is?
God Particle is like it's more like a, I don't want to say a limiter. It's like a EQ with a almost like a mastering EQ with like piece of a piece of like limiting or like compression to it. Um, but like you basically place that on the master, and like it helps you level out like your track in certain places. Um, which is funny because like prior to me getting this plugin, I was already pretty keen at knowing how to level out my stuff, but this just made it like 10 times easier, and I just be just ripping through that now. So like, especially now that I get a lot of other artists work, like me mastering like for other artists too, like it helps me find certain frequencies like in the actual master that I might have needed as opposed to like mixing because like some shit in the mix might kind of just like filter through there, which is I understand that too. So
Okay, okay. Can you give some advice to anybody like starting making music?
advice, I'm a advice. Look niggas, look niggas, stop listening to all these niggas out here, bro. Stop listening to all these niggas out here. Like everybody has their own journey. Go through your journey. Don't worry about what people have to say. It's people are a dime a dozen. A lot of people come and go, and like follow your own heart, follow your own path. It's gonna lead you to the right place. It's gonna lead you to the right people. And don't be scared to do anything that you actually want to do, because a lot of people talking shit are the same people that's scared to do exactly what they want to do, and that actually is like pivotal. People not A lot of people gonna hold themselves back because they don't want to listen to their own heart. As long as you listen to your own heart, you don't have to give a fuck what anybody else got to say. I always abide by this shit, and I know it's gonna get me far. And I know that everyone else, if you abide by the same thing, as you live by that, you get far because then you ain't never gonna give a fuck about what nobody got to say. And then on top of that too, also, if you're an artist and you're just starting, when you're just starting, don't tell people if their music is trash, bro. I'm promoting this today, nigga. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. If their music is trash, bro, tell them that their music is trash, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not one of those artists that is gonna be no. I don't sugarcoat shit. Tell them that their music is trash. Everybody needs to be honest because when you start being honest, then people start seeing where your head's really at, and they start seeing how you think and what you can do and what you're capable of. It's not to say that you got to be rude about it, but just be honest about it because then people see where your style is, where your art is, and what you can do, and then people see what your ear is too. And if you're as long as you're not afraid to be honest and be truthful and show everything that you know, then you shouldn't have no fucking problems because the people that you need to find and the or not that you need to find the people that you gonna run into, the people that you need to run into, you gonna run into because that's the way life goes and that's your path. Like it just is what it is.
Hey, okay. You want to shout yourself out and shout out some other people?
Uh, yeah, hey, yeah. I just want to let y'all know, I do got music dropping this year after 2 years of not dropping shit. I got 2 years. I had 2 years to work, so I went ahead and finished this shit. Um, I'm excited um to drop music since it's been so long. And this time it's not just gonna be me. It's gonna be some of my homies, Black Kaleidoscope. Shout out Mikey, AJ, Nia, motherfucking Shway, Tay, Desi, the whole squad. We up this year, and I hope that you guys are blessed too. I appreciate you for even wanting to have me on here. Um, and yeah, bro, like it's up all 2026. Look out, look out for other new music. I got a surprise for you niggas. Y'all not gonna believe it when y'all see. I just gotta let y'all see that shit. Cause when y'all see that shit, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck happened to this nigga? And what the fuck has he been doing? This is what I've been working on for the last 2 years. So y'all gonna see.
Yo, make a uni.
Hell yeah.